Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome to our channel, The Journey Within with Christopher Mack. My name is Wanda Webster. This channel is based upon our book, The Journey Within. Our website is dynamicsofrecovery.com. You can purchase our book there. You can read some blogs. You can even access the YouTube channel on our website. Please like and subscribe. That way you'll be notified. We put up a couple videos every week, so that way you'll be notified. Christopher, today, we don't rehearse these, so we'll see how this goes. But I think we want to talk about habits. What exactly are habits?
Habits. Habits is that response that you have to something because it's programmed inside of you. It's like, I can give you an example of a habit, the habit to get up and brush your teeth, wash your face. And that's a habit that we start when we're little kids, and then it becomes automatic. You just get up in the morning, brush your teeth, you wash your face, no matter what decade it is and what day you're living through. So a habit is something that we do over and over again, not even really thinking about the results. It's just something that we do.
And so when this habit starts becoming an issue, you're watching this crazy show, I don't know if it's on Netflix, where it is, about people's craziest addictions.
Crazy addictions, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
yeah. It's interesting that people, for lack of a better word, people start doing some very strange things. There's one where taking coffee enemas or eating plaster, or they're very, very strange addictions, and people start doing them and they can't stop, and so even at the risk of losing their health.
so their lives have become unmanageable because of this habit.
Right. Well, life can become unmanageable, but some of these habits that the people have didn't seem to be bothering anybody, but some of them were life-threatening. It could cause cancer, it could cause obstruction of the bowels, what people were ingesting. So,
well, especially like the one with the woman that was addicted to baby wipes. And I could understand hers because she was sexually molested as a child, and whoever was doing this to her would take her into a shower before and after. So she became, had this obsessive fear of showers, and so she would use baby wipes. That one made sense to me. That was based upon a terrible wound and trauma that happened to her.
Yes, and the way that somebody was kind enough and gentle enough to take her and start to run the shower, and so that she could go through that stressor, so it was like she was facing the abuse at one, or she was facing the trauma and letting the trauma filter on out. It's one of the things I think we talk about in our book. You have to feel it to heal it.
Yeah, you move those feelings completely through your body without resisting them, without compartmentalizing them. You will just breathe through it.
Yes, and we do realize that some of the things that we're talking about require that you do get someone who is trained in therapy to help you to navigate. And so we want to be responsible when we start talking about certain things that people can address. But then it would be up to you to address it. And always remember that we have a mental health system that should help somebody to address those types of trauma.
So how are these habits tied to our ideas, beliefs, perceptions? How are they tied to that?
So if you start doing something, the idea is, first of all, that it's good. It makes me feel good. And then emotionally, we have a feeling to that. And So now we develop an attitude about it. So our ideas, our emotions, and our attitudes are in sync, but those things start to dominate us. And so it's not hurting nobody if I'm smoking pot or doing coke. It's not hurting nobody if I'm getting drunk. I'm not doing nothing to nobody. But it feels so good. And so the idea that, you know, when I'm not drinking, the idea of having a drink is going to make me feel good. And remember, I talked about the operative word here is feeling. And sometimes that's another communication that we have to our life that may be distorted. Maybe what we think feel good may not last as long as we would like it. Then we have to have more and more and more. And so our attitude is says, well, okay, it's not hurting nobody. The idea is it makes me feel good, and I'm emotionally tied to the feeling that I get from it.
So why do those ideas and attitudes and emotions get corrupted?
I'm not sure that they get. I'm not sure they get corrupted. I just think that they become that they're the machinations or the machinery of the mind, and it's not whether or not they get corrupted or not. It's just the way that my mind starts to work, and it's not corrupted. It's just working. It's doing what it's supposed to do, really, you know. But so I remember these things. It's corrupted when it starts to dominate me. It starts to take the place of anything that may be rational or reasonable. And so now I'm caught in this cycle. And so it could be, regardless of what the outcome is, my idea is that, wait a minute, if I have this beer, wait a minute, and my attitude is nobody can make me not drink this beer. And my emotion is I have strong feelings about drinking this beer. But then I start to do it in excess. And it starts to become a problem because now I'm not doing the things that I need to do to have well-being in my life. And that's pretty much because here's how some of it happens is because my idea is this is well-being. You know, I feel this freedom, you know, I'm not inhibited. That's one of the things about alcohol. It gives you a false sense of freedom. And then you go overboard. Or it gives you that eternal party. How many people have ever went to a party thinking that this is the worst thing I could do? Every time the idea of about a party came up, I'm in. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm in. I got it. Oh, when is it? Oh, you know, I think we grew up with the party, birthday parties,
Yeah, we did.
Christmas and holiday parties.
What could possibly go wrong, huh?
Right. And how could this possibly be bad? It's a party. But, you know, some of us.
So you just have to watch out that mind doesn't become so clever.
Yeah, but that's how clever the mind is.
Right.
You know, forget about all of the things that's going lacking. I'm not paying my bills. I don't want to go to work. I should be at work, but oh, wait a minute, there's a party going on over here. And that's where I need to be because I like the party. And says, well, but now my clever mind starts to make the rationalization and justification by telling me it's a party. No, it might be an addiction. It might be a bad habit. It might be something that you might want to take a look at. It might hurt you. No, it's a party. And they go, oh wow, yeah, but that's the way the mind is now. It's caught. My idea is a party. My emotion, it feels good. My attitude is I owe it to myself. I'm going to do it.
Well, I liked your story of you were caught up in a tree.
Oh,
You were supposed to be at work.
yeah. So one day I was supposed to. I had gotten a security job, and the security job was to help my habit. So they gave me a post. It was going to be from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, and all I had to do was get to the post, and I was going to get paid the same day. I was going to make the money I could, but I engaged in one of those party favors, and so I took another job. It was one of the jobs in the street, watching the house from a tree with binoculars and a walkie-talkie. And he used to say I didn't make it to the job. And 12 o'clock came that night, and wow, I was still in the tree with with no help. But my idea was, I don't have to go to work. I'm gonna get everything I need from doing this for the people. And my emotion was, oh well, you know, I'm gonna be okay. And so my attitude was, oh wow, this is the best thing I could do.
How did that work out for you?
Yeah, right. It didn't. Like I said, that was one of those amazing days in my life that uh, I learned that, you know, no matter how reasonable you think you are, your clever mind can hijack you and tell you that your reasoning can go out the window. It was reasonable to go to work, to make the money, to do anything I wanted to do, but it was unreasonable to sit up in that tree all night and not get anything out of it. So,
And that goes back to our indicators and evidence. There's always indicators and evidence, right?
but you know what I can say about that?
Mm.
That incident actually became something that I could take a look at and to understand that sometimes, the decisions I think that I'm making may not be the right one. So it gives me a chance to pause and to, really assess the situation. And well, in these days now, I can stop and think about it. So uh, just that one incident gave me a story to look at, to help me to, and besides, there was this change of heart about the whole thing about me knowing something, knowing everything. I used to be a person who said, I know, I know, I know. But sometimes what I thought I knew, I didn't. And what I didn't know, I needed to know. And now, today, I get a chance to know because I can always stop and not take the first train going out of California. I could stop and pause.
Okay. Anything to wrap up today about ideas, attitudes, emotions, habits, any of that?
Well, I think if you find yourself being, uh, I think if you find yourself not having a healthy lifestyle, you might want to look inside. You might want to say, is my life working for me? Because the evidence is that I'm always on edge. The evidence is I'm full of fear. The evidence is that, I keep on making the same decision, thinking it's the right choice. Or the evidence is that at any given moment, I don't have any peace in my life. And so I have some indicators that are saying, hey, Chris, maybe you can do something different. And
Good
then to
indicator
listen.
also is, how are your relationships with other people?
True, true. You could be plagued by Lady Drama and Mr. Chaos, and you could be the culprit of both of them. Sometimes I can find myself being Mr. Chaos and Lady Drama. So, no.
Okay.
To discover oneself is be willing to change. I think Wanda was talking to me about being able to surrender, you know. Uh, being able to let go of what I think I am, who I think I am, and who I think you are, and what I think you are, and really get down to some life transforming ideas that work.
And above all, be kind to each other in these challenging times. We're, we're in a pandemic. We are in social unrest, riots. They've simmered down. Now we have peaceful protests, thankfully. But be kind to yourself and others.
Yes, one love.